everybody. Glad to have you with us on this Friday, the very last Friday of July. August is just around the corner. Officially arrives 1 week from today, so it will be here soon enough. School will be here soon enough thereafter, and summer will soon enough officially be over. Thank you for joining us on a beautiful evening out there, just as was promised in the forecast. Can't use that word very often with the forecast. Nevertheless, we knew it was coming in. Indeed, a beautiful day in the neighborhood that's going to be followed by some warmer air tomorrow. Things are going to heat back up, and then things are going to really pick back up as far as showers and thunderstorms. Another cold front, another strong summertime cold front that you should all, including myself, we should all be very well used to by now, is going to push into and through the region this weekend, and the weather is going to make a big transition. Late Saturday night into your Sunday, showers, thunderstorms, and a threat of some severe weather is all wrapped up into your weekend forecast. After all that's said and done, we're still looking at a few days on end of some beautiful weather next week, the 70s and some sunshine for 2 or 3 days on end. Nighttime lows aren't quite as low, at least predicted right now, as they were this time last evening. No records expected to fall, but some more of that beautiful fall-like weather a couple of months ahead of schedule. Who knows what fall will bring, right? On tonight's program, as I broke to you last evening, the Kentucky Court of Appeals yesterday issued a decision and order in regards to the recount and the appeal following, filed on behalf of McGoffin County Judge Executive Charles Harden, declaring him now to be declared the winner by Circuit Judge Kim Childers. I now have an interview with Judge Executive Harden as well as HB Arnott. Among other things, they'll both talk about those 5 votes that really came into question and changed the tides, so to speak, during the recount process. We'll also talk to them on a couple of other fronts, all, of course, pertaining to their thoughts around the ruling as was issued yesterday by the Kentucky Court of Appeals. And a couple of things I didn't have time to get in last evening, as we had that breaking news come across the desk just before airtime, and one of those being not just a reminder, because I've told you a couple of times about the big show over at the Mountain Arts Center. I'll remind you about it again, but more importantly tonight we'll talk about the benefit that it's going to support, and I've got some other big event news coming up and a few details to pass along your calendar, which I know we didn't get to have last evening, which means I've got a bunch of birthdays, I think, and of course some announcements for your weekend and the week ahead, and of course that summer and fall-like forecast all rolled into one. We'll go ahead and get to one of our top stories this evening, and indeed it is about that benefit where tickets are on sale at the Mountain Arts Center for just $20, with a portion of those proceeds going to support a building fund which has been established on behalf of the Big Sandy Healthcare. To learn more about what the benefit is actually for and where that money will be spent, Veronica Markham from the Big Sandy Healthcare System joins us now.
Big Sandy Healthcare is sort of an umbrella, if you will. We have 5 clinics, medical and dental clinics. Of course, here in Sayersville, we have the Hope Clinic and Dental Clinic. We have a clinic in Shelby Valley, a clinic in Martin County, a clinic in Oxshire, Physicians for Women, and then, of course, the Mud Creek Clinic, which is now the Eula Hall Health Center. Big Sandy Healthcare will present Rebecca Lynn Howard with special guest the Velvet Blue. All proceeds go to the Eula Hall Health Center. It's going to be a great show. We're giving away tickets. We're giving away meet and greet passes. I think they're both going to come out after the show and sign autographs, take pictures. It's going to be a good time.
Markham tells me that this benefit is the kickoff for their fundraising events that they'll be hosting in the future and other efforts to build a bigger and better replacement to the Eula Hall Health Center at Mud Creek, which has served the people of that part of eastern Kentucky for 40 years with its dental, medical, and pharmacy services, and it's perhaps one of their most used facilities. Now, who you'll be able to see? Velvet Blue. Velvet Blue hails from Lexington, Moorhead, Vanceburg, and Kingsport. Back in 2012, after they formed, they spent weeks traveling Ireland, playing pubs and festivals and rallies and theaters. They've also had the honor of opening for the likes of Dale Allen Bradley, Lost and Found, Third Time Out, John Cohen and the Grascals, and many, many more. They've got an album out, and they've actually got a couple of albums maybe out, and the likes of which you'll be able to see and hear on Saturday, August the 9th.
One cold winter, and love belongs to me. In the hills of East Kentucky, on the line.
Have you ever just forgiven?
And, of course, we could go on forever about our two-time Grammy Award-winning Rebecca Lynn Howard, who has been busy with her new band, Loving Mary. I'll elaborate on that in just a second. And, of course, we all know Becky has written for the likes of Trisha Yearwood and John Michael Montgomery, Jessica Andrews. Oh, my gosh, the list indeed just goes on and on and on. Juliana Huff, Trisha Yearwood, Martina McBride. Did I mention those already? Clay Aiken, just to name a few. And she will be the headline act Saturday, August the 9th. She'll be performing some stuff that we have never heard before. She'll be performing with her husband, E., which is, between the two of them, one half of Loving Mary.
And forget, relive and regret.
Chance to win a couple of those tickets and maybe some backstage passes that Veronica spoke of. Find Big Sandy Healthcare on Facebook, like them, and you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win, from what I understand. It's going to be a good show. We hope to see you there. We're also hoping, and I have been promised by Becky herself, that we'll get just a bit of a taste of Loving Mary, her band, which is getting ready to put out their first album, hopefully sooner than later. We'll talk to her about that, I'm sure, while we're over there as well. For now, I'll be right back with more headlines. Curb your appetite for a good deal and some home cooking at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe, where we started the under $5 daily special. Saturdays get a 10-piece hot and spicy wing dinner with all the fixins, only $4.69, $3.99 after 4 o'clock. And on Sundays, our famous chicken and dumpling special with homemade cobbler and ice cream, only $4.49, $3.99 after 4. And we cater gatherings big or small at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for thing 1, thing 2, or thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. Hey everybody, join us at Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in wishing your family and ours a very happy birthday this month of July.
Birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Frito Rocks is more than just gravel. They've got mulch in red, brown, and black, river rock in 4 different sizes, new rainbow rock for an entirely new landscape feature, metal and double wall plastic pipe, masonry sand, and rock, every size from DGA to 57s to class 2 and 3. And they have delivery and excavation and dozer services. And special hours Monday through Friday, 4:30 till 9 p.m. and Saturdays 9 till 4. For orders, call Frito Rocks on Route 7 at 496-7776.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. It's back, and it's the only place in Sayersville you're going to get the real flavor of 100% beef seared into every char-broiled bite, a taste that you can only get from a flame. Char-broiled burgers are back, and you can get them open till close every day at your Sayersville DQ, where breakfast is served hot Monday through Thursday till 11 and till noon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know what else is back? The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Pie Blizzard of the Month. Get them while they're hot and cold at your Sayersville DQ. Exclusive interviews with both McGoffin County Judge Executive Charles Harden and HB Arnott coming up in just a few moments. Before that, I want to get to calendar announcements and birthday announcements. And before that, another reminder about Community Day. I've got the ad up and running, reminding us that it indeed is going to be here in just a few days, a couple of weeks, August the 16th. And as always, there's going to be a whole lot of things you can find and do while you're there. And, of course, that includes a long list of headline acts, including Larry Sparks, who's going to be there, beginning his 50th year of bluegrass. Well, actually, he's well into his 50th year of bluegrass, but he's going to be playing songs and tracks off of his new CD, which is going to debut just days earlier, which you'll be able to hear and buy for perhaps the first time for a lot of folks. But it couldn't all happen without a list of sponsors, and we need to start recognizing a few of those right now. On behalf of the Sayersville National Bank and the McGoffin County Community Day Foundation, they want to make mention that so far Community Day is sponsored in part by Licking Valley RACC, Riverside Crow's Nest, Appalachian Wireless, Parkway Pharmacy, Frazier's Prater Drugs and the Seasonal Shop, and Rick Howard TV Cable. And, of course, a big part of the day in the event, if anything else, the games, all the fun in the games. They're going to have a zip line there. This is going to be a dual line, zip line that I'm told of. It's going to be there all day long. The money machine is back. The dunking booth is back. And Scotty B, our friend, is going to be back, and I'm sure he'll be taking a dip as well. And, of course, remember that $10 ticket to get you in to see all this entertainment for just $10. Also, get you that ticket to possibly be drawn and win a car. Someone will win a car. They win a car every year. It could be you. And as things continue to get harder and harder every year for the long list of nonprofits that this goes to support, if you would like to be a sponsor of the Community Day event or find out more about how you can help, in addition to just showing up and buying food and tickets and things of that nature, $1 for $1, matched for the most part by the McGoffin County Community Day Foundation, call the folks at the Sayersville National Bank. Either location, which is also where you can get your tickets today. Before we get back to our headlines, let's check in and see what's happening on our McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. No, that's not cute at all, is it? That's adorable. I've got a first birthday wish that came in for yesterday, but we didn't get our calendar on the program for time constraints yesterday, so I've got a belated first, albeit important, first birthday today for Tristan Johnson from his mommy and daddy and Papa Philip and Mama Kim and a whole lot of friends and family. Happy first birthday and a day to Tristan Johnson. And birthday wishes this Friday to Haley Porter from Mama Wanda, Papa Eddie, Mom and Dad, baby brother Lane, and a host of friends and family, my apologies. It's a special birthday wish to Haley Porter. A reminder about our friends who've got a little white Maltese dog missing in the Elk Creek area. Been gone a couple of weeks now, and they've had the dog wander off for about a week or so in the past, and it came back, but it's been a little longer this time. They're desperately hoping that you might have seen the pet. 349-1064. You can, of course, always call us at the newsroom if you don't have that number in front of you, but a lost white Maltese down in the Elk Creek area of McGoffin County. And for those interested in setting up a food booth for the upcoming Heritage Day Festival in downtown Sayersville, call Fire Chief Paul Howard. It's a $200 flat rate for the entire festival, due by the first day of the festival when it starts. And they're also having an arts and crafts show in the community center downtown, and it's going to be 8 to 8 each day. And if you want to have a space for that, it's $10 per table per day. For either case, if you're interested, call Fire Chief Paul Howard at 349-3256 or 791-3256. Same last four numbers there, 349 or 791. And one last reminder, the Sagersville High School class of 57 has their class reunion set for tomorrow, 4 to 8, at the Sagersville Renaissance Building. That's right under the red light in downtown Sagersville. If you have any questions, call 349-6716 or 349-2226. And as school approaches, we'll be having more of these school announcements. There's bus monitor training coming up on the 5th of August, and that's a few days away, but we're going to remind you now. And if that also means that all bus monitors need to attend this training. It's at the old Sagersville Grade School cafeteria. And also kids and students and staff and everybody, moms and dads, to put on your calendars for a couple of other respective school-related events. The principal and staff of South McGoffin Elementary wants to invite everyone to their annual back-to-school night. It's going to be August the 5th, 3:30 to 6:30. That's on a Tuesday. A wonderful opportunity, as always, for parents and students to meet their teacher and visit their new classroom. Everyone's invited. They welcome you all and hope to see you there. The Sagersville Grade School has set their back-to-school day for August the 7th. Now, that is, as I quickly thumb through my calendar, Thursday, the day before school, noon to 6. It's basically all day. Back-to-school day at Sagersville Grade School, Thursday the 7th. An important reminder that foster parents are always needed in McGoffin County. If you're over 21, able to pass a background check, live in a safe home, and would like to find out more about how you can change the life of a young person for the better and for yourself as well, call 349-3123 or 788-7100. I have a I have a reward that I've been asked to post for you. I didn't have it typed in on the calendar. It came in yesterday. A $100 cash reward is being offered for just the information leading to the return of a stolen weed eater taken from a residence and property in the May Branch area. The owner tells me that what separates this weed eater apart is that it's kind of a mismatch. It's a Husqvarna gasoline-powered weed eater. The head is an Echo brand. It was replaced with an Echo brand, which should make it kind of easy to find. If you see one or know of anything like that in the area, there's a $100 cash reward. I've got a phone number for you, 349-7984. If you need that number, since I don't have it typed in, feel free to call us at any time. But a $100 cash reward being offered for the return of that merchandise. Here's tonight's funeral service announcements. Brought to you on behalf of our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, with services to be held tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in honor of 87-year-old Paul Eugene Lumpkins of Ohio, who passed away on July the 22nd, formerly of McGoffin County. He's survived by sons Harold and Joe and daughter Pauline. Funeral services are set for tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation began today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Burial will take place following services at the Gunnels Family Cemetery on Middle Fork here in McGoffin County.
Have you ever noticed how many insurance commercials and advertisements are on television nowadays? You can't watch your favorite program without seeing a little pig or green lizard trying to sell you insurance and get your money for their premiums. But let me ask you this. If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Superior selection and superior service is what you'll find at Hutch, along with the best price on that new Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, Enclave, Terrain, Regal, Camaro, and all other new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Drive your trade-in on over or check out HutchChevrolet.com. And coming soon, Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Isn't it time to buy Hutch? You can be playing, relaxing, and enjoying your brand new lifestyle in just days with one call to Baker's Pool Supply. Over 38 years of professional installation at affordable prices on above ground and in-ground swimming pools. Or if you're ready to open your pool for the season, you need a new liner, a solar cover, some parts, or the best in BioGuard chemicals or salts, Baker's is your full-service answer, serving all of Kentucky and surrounding states with complete satisfaction. And they offer financing. 800-633-7102 or bakerspoolsupply.com. Get ready and get set to go to the 11th Annual Magoffin County Community Day Celebration, Saturday the 16th at the Rainey Park in Salyersville. It's the only place to be to see Larry Sparks and the Lonesome Ramblers and be among the very first to get his new CD marking 50 years in bluegrass. Plus, Blue Highway, Mountain Heart, Atkinson Loudermilk, Turning Ground, Hidden Steel, Black Powder Express, and the Dixie Bridge Band in the Bridge's final performance ever. All for only $10, plus chances to win cash, prizes, even a car, and some of the best food you could feast on. So get your tickets now at either location of the Salyersville National Bank and get your blanket or lawn chair, your friends and family to Community Day 2014.
I guess she always knew.
Of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is when he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Save big at Premier Auto, an 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $995 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Regardless of where you want to ride, you can be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. As I broke to you on yesterday's program, the Kentucky Court of Appeals issued their decision and issued an order as it pertains to the appeal filed by Magoffin County Judge Executive Charles Hardin. It goes back, of course, to the recount before Kim Childers in Circuit Court in Magoffin County, where she refused to certify the results after some indiscrepancies, particularly centered around a total of 5 or 6 votes. Today I spoke with both of those individuals about those 5 votes that really came into question and literally changed the tides after Arnett was declared the victor and the Democratic nominee for Judge Executive on election night by the local Board of Elections, and then again after the recanvass. But it was those 5 votes that had both candidates talking today and their thoughts on just exactly what happened.
I'd like to thank the people for their support that they showed me of 2,022 votes. Me and my family, Phoebe, Tanya, and Matthew, we'll never forget that. And we appreciate that from the bottom of our heart.
So out of 2022 votes, it all came down to 5.
That's correct.
What are your thoughts on those votes this morning?
Well, what really gets me is on election night, there were 9 undervoted ballots. And then when we had the recanvass, everything came out pretty well right. But then they asked for the recount. And it is so funny that when they started counting the absentee ballots, I lost 1, and Dr. Hardin, he gains 5. And when the count was over, they asked about these 5 votes, and nobody couldn't explain it. The clerk couldn't explain it, and the judge, she asked Joe Bolton. She said, Joe, she said, what should the count be? And he said exactly what it should be on election night. So I've never got anybody to explain how these 5 votes took place and how I lost the 1 vote. Nobody's never told me that.
respect for Mr. Arnott, and I know that would be very difficult to think you were the nominee for 3 weeks and then lose it, but I was very happy.
What happens now, I guess?
Well, we move on to the fall election. That chapter of the nomination process is over. I wish it had been a little bit quicker, giving more time, but I assume that my opponent couldn't do a lot of campaigning either, not knowing who his opponent was.
County is concerned. I mean, are you worried about how we're going to go on from here and move on from here as a political party and in that respect?
No, not really. First of all, you don't worry about the things you can't correct. And number two is, I've taken the pulse of many people, and I think any displeasure with it has largely dissipated by the time that the hearing was conducted, and certainly by the time the appeals court gave the verdict that they agreed with me. It came down to 6 votes. There was 1 vote that was counted for Mr. Arnott initially. It was bubbled in. His name was crossed through, and mine was circled. The machine counted it that night. Did not count it on the recount. Counted on election night. There were 5 votes that were not picked up by the counting machine that night. 276 ballots were all that were ever cast in that election. Now, it's a machine. It's a machine that's so old that no one can tell me who originally purchased it. It's been stored under questionable conditions at times. But it is a machine. Machines are fallible. There's the shuttlecraft. It was a machine. We watched it all go up in smoke. GM just got through recalling all kinds of vehicles. They're supposed to have been tested. Your computer, I've shut mine down every time I turn around because that's what the IT man says do. And of course, there's the pop machine. I don't know about everybody else, but I've lost money in pop machines. I've had pop machines refuse to accept my money. So it is a machine. Now, as far as the vote turned out different, I will point out 3 things. Number 1, there was a recount in the last sheriff's race between Mr. Jordan and Tim Watkins, and the machine count and the hand count were different. This is the very same machine. The second thing I would point out is that night there were 5 candidates that had a change in their vote total. Myself and Mr. Arnott and 3 others. 1 went up and 2 went down. Finally, I don't believe there's 9 people in all of McGoffin County that doesn't have some kind of strong opinion about Doc Hardin one way or the other. I don't believe you could find 9 people who wouldn't vote for me or against me.
I was very disappointed. But most of all, I'm disappointed for the 2,022 people that voted for me. Them good people that have welcomed me in their home and how they treated me, and the people that me and Colin Jackson, Billy Helton, and a bunch of all of our people, how hard we fought and do this. And be honest with you, on election night when I win, the people I thought had spoke, I won by 3 votes. And that's very disappointing. But I'm very disappointed in not the people are getting their choice. That's what hurts me. McGoffin County all to pieces. That's what it's done to McGoffin County. I don't know what will become the outcome of these elections. I can't predict that. But I think the way it is right now, that a lot of people is upset because they're upset because their vote didn't get counted. And now here's one is too. Because it does no good if you have an election process and the people speaks and you get the most vote if it's 1 vote or 100 votes. But in return, when you have this year recount and you get beat by 5 votes or 3 votes and nobody can explain where they came from, now that's what gets me. It looked awful funny on election night that we had 9 undervoted ballots. And then when they have this recount, all at once, they were 5 ballots was counted. It just looked so unreal that it would have picked up at least 1 instead of 9 we had. But this way, it didn't pick up any, and I'm like, recount, it only picks up 5.
So it appears as though it's now on to November, per the appeals court ruling. Judge Hardin to be declared the Democratic nominee, and we have a restart until the next election, about 3 months away. Well, here's restarting your forecast. Let me back up just a bit. I don't want to pass up tonight's Licking Valley RACC forecast because it's just gorgeous. Mostly clear, a low of 61. Look for some areas of fog after 4 a.m. A beautiful end to a beautiful Friday, the likes of which we'll see next week with some more summer-like weather. Tomorrow, though, it'll feel like summer in the neighborhood. A little morning fog burnt off by some sunshine that'll warm things up to a nice 86-degree day, I believe, maybe even then some for some of us. Mostly sunny, a low of close to 70 degrees. It's going to be nice across the board Saturday, and unless you're up till way up in the wee morning hours, it will be nice all day long. But midnight or thereafter, next cold front comes through, a real strong summertime cold front. It's going to start to give us a chance of showers and thunderstorms into your Sunday. You saw daytime highs Sunday right around 85, and look what the front will leave behind Monday. Those showers and thunderstorms coming to an end, 78 degrees, 59 for your low, partly sunny. And from there on, we're going to continue the 70s and the 50s for nighttime lows and daytime highs. Tuesday, 74, mostly sunny, clear skies, calm. Wednesday, sunny, 79, 55. Thursday of next week, we should get back up to 82. Most importantly, weather-wise, that front does give us the chance or the threat of some severe weather late Saturday night through Sunday evening. A little too far out to call right now as far as getting any more precise time-wise, but you will need to keep your eye on the weather. We hope we all fare well. But showers and thunderstorms are a pretty good bet at this time, and so is some more of that fall-like cool weather thereafter. Thank you all for being a part of the program. Have a wonderful, safe, and joyful weekend, and we hope to see you back here next week for more of Your News Today.